Greetings, my fellow unicorns. I'm Jolene. Welcome to Jolene Sparkles. Today we're going to continue our quest to take over the entire galaxy of Dyson Sphere Program. Okay, realistically, can't take over the entire galaxy, but how awesome would it be to actually try? It would take a really long time to actually be able to take over the entire galaxy in this game. But hey, check it out! New microphone tonight. Okay, so I did finally get my new crazy microphone. I'm sure you've seen this microphone in a lot of other streams and stuff. And I've got a totally different, kind of like little mic stand thing here. It's one of the Gator frameworks. I've seen these being used a lot of places. It's pretty good quality. It's very very sturdy. Holds this microphone really nice and in place. It does have a little bit of a creak sound, but whatever. It's all good. That's all that matters. It works. It's a lot better than the last one. I do have to customize it. I'm working on getting like a little like pink, microphone cover for it. But I have to order that, and I don't want to put Hello Kitty stickers on it just yet. Not until I've reached that window where I'm past the return window. I know it's weird, but whatever. All right, cool. So let's dive right into our Dyson Sphere program. So, as you can see, I was kind of working on things a little bit. I was actually working on it earlier today because I didn't have time this week to do it. Had a pretty crazy busy week with a lot of things. This week, or, tonight, I will hang out as long as I can, but I can't promise more than an hour and a half. I have to cut myself off at 8:30, possibly even 8. I have a really big project that's due in 3 weeks, and I'm kind of time crunched, and I'm freaking out. Not gonna lie. Anyway, all right. So some of the things that I changed was I improved the yellow science output a little bit. A lot of that was based on the organic. Oh, what the heck are these things called again? It's the organic crystals. So I improved the amount of those that we're replicating or creating. And the way that I did it was I increased the production of the oil, and then I put that through the logistics system. So now it's starting to build out a little bit of a logistics system for like individual components. I did create. Wow, that's really fast. Like watching Jupiter's kind of fly by like that. Well, the gas planet, not necessarily Jupiter, but I'll call it Jupiter. How about that? Thank you very much, my lovely assistant, Brittany. She I don't know if you can actually. Here, wait. Let's switch the other window so you can actually see yourself. Up there. Whoops, sorry. There you are. This is supposed to have a built-in shock absorber, but apparently you can still. I'm still playing around with it. It's still better than the last one. I mean, the audio quality so far seems like it's better. But anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Alright, let's try to put this over to the side somewhere where I don't spill the water tonight. I have this table, or yeah. Okay, thank you. As long as it's not in the way of the stream. Alright, so, some other things that I did was I researched. Sorry for all the noise in the background. Brittany's getting me a little table to put my drink on so I don't accidentally spill it all over my keyboard again. I've already broken one keyboard, one mouse this year. I really don't want to break a second one. But I'm probably going to, so just for the record.
It will happen.
It will happen, yes. Alright, so some of the things that I had researched was the interstellar power transmission, which we're going to... What you can do with that is, if you have like a Dyson sphere or Dyson shell in another remote region, you can actually charge up the accumulators, ship those across, discharge them on your main plan or whatever, ship back the empty ones, charge them up, and bring them back. You can do that over and over again. That is one way that you can go about things. But you mostly need it for building these orbital collectors. And since we have this great gas giant near us, and this was another thing that I researched, since we have this great gas giant next to us, which has both hydrogen and deuterium. Both of those are super, super good. It's mostly about the deuterium. That's the main thing that we're going to need, because we need that in order to get our warp drives and such. And once we get our warp drives, we'll be able to like get a lot of these kind of get a couple of these alternate recipes. Like for example, the photon combiner. Oh my god, I can't talk tonight. The photon combiner, like there's different materials that you need for that, or like the particle container. You can get the you got to go to like either a neutron star or a black hole for that, which I don't know how far the nearest one of those is to us. Might take a little bit of a trip to get there. Let's see here. Where is a black hole? Okay, we got a neutron star here, which is a considerable distance right now. We probably won't be going to that anytime soon. And then there's a black hole here. Yeah, it's quite a bit away. Yeah, that's a really big distance. 28 light years, and this is 34 light years. Yeah, so you probably won't be getting those anytime soon. And to be honest with you, I don't find those recipes to be all that useful at this particular point. But the organic crystals are really nice, and I haven't really looked at these galaxies too close to us. Oh wait, we don't have warp jet. We don't have warp engine 4 anyway, so we can't really see what's going on there. And let's see, if you scroll over these or kind of zoom in on them, should be able to get a little bit of information out of them. Yeah, you can see like there's an unknown, so it doesn't tell us exactly what's there, what type of materials or whatever, or what type of rare materials, I should tell you. And the way that we find that out is there's an upgrade here, which is going to be part of this. However, in order to get there, we need some of the purple science. So we're not quite at the purple science yet. There's a couple of other things we need to research in order to get there. So the purple science is kind of down here. In order to get there, we have to work on we have to research this. We have to increase our processor production. We've got to work on our particle broadband production. And then we'll be able to start putting those together. Probably not this episode, to be honest with you. This episode's going to be about, we're going to continue to work on this Dyson swarm that we kind of have going here. You can see it, kind of forming up a little bit around there. This particular planet doesn't have a receiver for that, but we will be adding it. But as of right now, we don't really need it. You can see that we have plenty of power capacity, so that's totally good. Sorry, I keep looking over the side because I have to refresh the chat over here, and yeah, it's kind of a mess my setup right now because I had my secondary monitor kind of die, and I'm looking for a new one, and it's been really difficult to find the exact one I want, but whatever. So another thing I started doing was, yeah, so the last thing that I worked on was, and this is actually a thing I worked on right before the show, was starting to work on some steel production on this remote planet, so I can just basically produce the steel here. Power's completely independent of everything else, and then it ships it back to the main planet. Now, I had brought all these solar panels with me because the original goal was, I was like, alright, well, since I'm flying here, I might as well bring some solar panels with us so we can just kind of drop them off and we can use them as needed. However, we're producing so much power right now, we don't actually need these right now. But I will go ahead and drop those off. So let's see here. Yeah, it'll be one of the ray receivers which we're going to have to build here. But now I think that we're going good on this. I mean, you can see that we're producing a good amount. We're shipping back everything that we're producing. And, a lot of this is going to be waiting for our tier 3 belts. You can see that I started working a little bit on the tier 3 belts, but I just don't have enough materials to finish this. And you can see that we still need a lot. We need magnets. How do they work? I know. But this is actually another good thing that we should work on because we are going to produce magnets here and ship them back to the main planet. But we're going to need another one of these interstellar logistics. We need some of these particle containers. In short, we need a lot more items. But since this is completely backed up right now, I say that we go ahead and start working on that a little bit right now. We can start, producing some of these magnets, dropping them into a container, and then once we get our logistics, we build another one of those logistics, interstellar logistics. I said logistics a lot in a very short period of time. Logistics. Anyway, well, I just was saying logistics a lot. But yeah, once we have that up and going, then we can kind of switch it over. But in the meantime, we can at least get some of this functioning while we fly back to our planet and get some of the necessary things that we need and then fly back. But we'll just drop it in a very simple storage bin for right now. So let's build out as much as we can. So let's see. Whoopsies. Didn't mean to do that like that. That was terrible. There we go. And there. There we go with that. And we're going to have this one research magnets. Because trust me, we're going to need a lot of those. And, you know, eventually what the heck do they call them? We'll produce magnetic coils here. We're going to start producing motors, and then we'll also build the electromagnetic turbines as well. It'll take a little while to ramp up all these different productions, but by having it on this planet, it kind of, creates a little bit more modular kind of a setup. And it allows us to, just kind of like build everything independent here. And it allows us to kind of manage this one separate. The power's managed separate. Everything's managed separate. It produces it here. When it's done, it ships it back to the main planet. And then on the main planet, we can, just focus on the core things that we need to work on. So let's see here. Let's kind of get this up and going as I'm babbling away. How is everyone doing tonight? I hope everybody's having an absolutely fabulous weekend because it is the weekend. And yeah, I mean, what else can I say? It's COVID weekend. Still, it's COVID lockdown again. Kind of like Groundhog's Day. It just keeps going on and on and on forever. Don't worry, someday it'll actually finish up. I've been hearing some great things that, that they're speculating that they're going to have enough doses by May 1st to have every adult vaccinated. I don't know if I believe it, but, I'm really hoping for the best, but I'm kind of anticipating the worst, but I just can't wait to get back out to the clubs. Like, I'm going crazy here. Okay, I'm crazy for a lot of reasons, but that's just one of them. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm just kind of getting this little temporary setup going, and you might notice I did this little curve here. And that's to make sure that I can split this out and have 3 of these kind of picking it up. Do I need 3 of them picking this up? Absolutely not. It is really not needed. But we can scale this out really fast, make it produce a whole ton, and then we can fly back to the planet. And we don't have to worry about it. We can scale this up, as high as we possibly can. Because trust me, we're going to use a lot of these magnets, so it's not really a waste to just kind of drop these in a bin. That is one thing that I would definitely recommend as a tip for when you're starting out in this game, or any of these like factory style builder games, is to, when you're building up on the lower levels, just keep producing. Keep producing those products, drop it in a bin, put it off to the side, and just keep producing. And if, you start to fill up, fine. You can, if you really have to pause it temporarily, that's fine. But try to, keep producing as much as you possibly can, because by the time you actually need those components, you'll have a ton saved up, so you don't have to take forever to kind of ramp up your production. It just helps you a lot overall towards the end if you were to do that. Alright, so I'm just kind of connecting these up here. As you can see, we are very quickly filling up this belt, which is something I kind of expected. And that's okay, because we're going to use so many of these magnets that, like, trust me, it's no big deal. And, we also got to get a little bit of copper production going here. Well, we already have copper production, but copper production going here. But we really have to ramp it up even further, because it's just not quite... We're going to need a lot. So this planet's going to be super, super busy, constantly producing a ton of stuff. Yeah, you can see this belt is kind of like, it's filled up. It's just like, I don't know what you're expecting from me, but yeah, that's just too much. Another problem is that we don't have a lot of this, let's see, how do we want to do this? We definitely need to have a little bit more of this iron. Oh crap, can't put that in there. I was hoping for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to drop another logistics here, which is going to request a lot more of this iron from local, even though there is nothing providing it right now. So this will be a little bit of a waste putting it on here until we actually have some of this. But what this will allow us to do will be place a couple of these around the planet. And actually we'll just drop, yeah, we'll drop one in there. We go back to the plant, we'll get a couple more of these. But what this will allow us to do is it will allow us to scale this up so we can just have these all around the planet. They just go through, mine. If one of them just doesn't have enough for delivery, one of the others will pick up on it temporarily. Alright, so it looks like that's as far as we can do right now. I think we have to fly back to the planet and grab some more stuff so we can really finish out that production. Unfortunately, right now, oopsies, don't want to fly back to the planet like that. Unfortunately, right now, we don't have a lot of capacity for our speed. We don't have warp engines right now, so you can see that just even this little tiny bit of acceleration costs quite a bit of fuel. That's kind of the active fuel. Oopsies, didn't mean to do that. But while we're going through there, we can at least take a look at our research to see what we want to do. Can't do exploration. That requires purple. That requires purple. You know, speed, I don't think we need that right now. Construction drones, I think we could skip that for right now. Drive engine, I don't think we need that right now. I think my gain might be up a little bit too high. I'm going to try to... Sorry, I'm just getting used to this new microphone. It's definitely very different than my previous microphone. It's, let's see. Oh, you know what? Let me turn off that other... Let's see, make sure that one's off. Okay, sorry if there was a little bit of, background noise there. It's kind of hard to tell where that's coming through. That was actually my old mic that's still connected. I just had to turn down everything on it because we are not actually using it right now. Alright, so it looks like a lot of our upgrades right now we can't really do. That's okay. We can continue some of our research here. And the last thing I had researched was the high strength materials. And we definitely have to get some of these rare metals as soon as we have warp capability. We're pretty close on warp capability. We'll have to research this miniature particle collider, strange material, and then we can finally get the warp engines. They take a lot of resources to produce, so you know they're not cheap. But because we have that deuterium, it'll be a little bit easier for us to roll with because we don't have to, you know, put up a bunch of these miniature particle colliders because they use a lot of power. But luckily that thing that we have will make that a little bit easier. But let's go ahead and oopsies, I wasn't paying attention. I wish I would have had an orbital collector on me. I would have dropped it off, but oh well. But you can see that, you know, we've got to build, we got to build 2 interstellar logistics stations. So we're going to go get all the materials for that. One is going to be for the lava planet, and the other one, oops. Okay, there we go. And then the other one's going to be used for creating an orbital collector. We're going to probably want a couple of those orbital collectors. We're going to start just burning off some of that hydrogen for power. And the deuterium will just kind of put it into little storage containers for right now. So I'm looking for some of the materials that I need. Definitely have to improve this. This is actually part of the reason why I was working on that. See, we now have 10,000 here. I was letting it run for a little while before the stream. It was for that reason. There we go. And actually, I should have built this one over here. And I'm actually going to go ahead and correct that because we could put that there like that. Get rid of these. We don't need that. Just trying to be careful not to accidentally destroy this logistics station because that would be really bad. And okay, so let's connect this in here. Take some more out of here so we can actually speed the rate that these come out. And that should be good. I mean, there is a research that we can do actually, which will improve the cargo stacking. So this will bring it up to 3 at a time, and I think that that will actually be pretty good for us. But you know what? No, I don't want to waste the energy on that just yet. I mean, the resources on it, because we really want to try to get to our. Oh wait, I guess we really should be working on purple. Well, so here's one of the debates on where we should go with this game right now. These are some of the things that we should think about. We have two decisions. We can either focus on trying to get some of our gravity stuff up and going so we can start getting interstellar logistics up and going. That means that we can start working on some of our rare materials. And we might have to just kind of guess a little bit, fly to these remote areas. And, it's a little bit slow if you try to, speed it up and go faster than you really can. But the advantage to doing that is you will have a lot of rare materials that it takes a lot less materials to build the things that you need if you get those rare materials. So that's one direction we can go. Because we already have, I already want to get this because we want to start producing the strange matter. Start producing these, dropping them into just into a storage bin. The other thing is this purple we really got to get to. So I think we're going to go ahead and research that after. Because the purple will allow us to get a bunch of other researches that we need. And let's see here, like the planetary oh my god, I can't talk today. Basically allows you to put graviton lenses inside the ray receivers. It increases the productivity of them, but it's kind of a late game thing. You're not going to do that right away, so it's not worth, putting the money into that right now. This high strength, lightweight structure is going to be needed for our Dyson sphere itself. So these two things we have to research in order to get there, but we're going to need purple for that one. So it really comes down to, what do we want to do first? And it looks like, let's see here. I think in order to get this next energy circuit, which, changes the recovery rate, we're going to need some purple for at least the next one, and then we'll need purple and green for the one after that. But for this next one, it looks like it's purple, universe exploration, so we can find some of those rares. Yes, so it makes sense that we work on our purple first. So let's take a look at what we need to do for that. But the good thing is we are producing now some of these titanium alloys. And I'm going to put a couple more storage bins on top so it could just keep producing those and spitting them out. We'll increase our productivity here a little bit later. Actually, I think we could probably just go ahead and do that now. Put a little bit here just to kind of boost this up a little bit, Because trust me, we're going to use a lot of this crap, so there's no reason to not, improve it a little bit, especially because we have all these materials right now. Okay, oops, I should have went the other direction with this. I did an offset of these because of the fact that we have these others so close to it. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to do some weird kind of thing like that. I like to have them kind of going like, up to down kind of thing, but because of this being so close, I don't think we're going to be able to do that. What are we missing here? Okay, yellow's going kind of slow, so let's put that in place. Wait. What is that? Wait, what is this? How did I do that? Oh, I connected this wrong, that's why. I was like, wait a minute, something's definitely wrong here, and you know what, in fact, it was very wrong. Now, are these getting hung up on? No, they're not. Okay, whatever. Alright, so now we need to have this kind of drop some out. And we'll build like another one of these or two. I'm going to move this power over to the other side. So we can have power actually on the outsides of it. And that will allow us to build a couple of more of these. Just enough to start really building up some excess material. And then we'll kind of figure out what we need to do to get our purple sides kind of up and going. I mean, there are a lot of things that we're going to need to get the purple sides up and going. Not going to lie. Okay, this is kind of an issue here because these are really conflicting with each other. Yeah, this is kind of a problem. These are all too close to each other. No, this is not going to work putting these here like that. That's that's a bummer. I'll have to refactor this at some point, but right now it's okay. I just don't feel like dealing with that. Just being honest. Like, whatever. This one's just not going to work. That's probably not going to work. All right. I'll have to come back through here at some point and change around the way that this is being done. Because this really should be offset. If these are offset, this should give it plenty of room, but maybe it was just not offset enough. So let's try this actually. One more attempt at this. But yeah, you can see I'm having trouble getting that one because it's saying that it's conflicting. So, maybe it's this thing that's causing a problem. Let's try that one more time, and if I can't find the right spot for it, I'll just have to do this at a different point. I usually do it offset because it allows me to kind of work around this, but today it's just not working for me. Yeah, I see that one's still colliding. Nah. Alright, I'll have to come back and refactor this at some point. I don't feel like dealing with that right now. Alright, so let's see. In order to get purple, we're going to need lots of processors. So let's start there first. Now, I know that we have a really big processor farm, which is right over here. And let's come take a look at this processor farm. Producing a lot of circuits, producing a lot of processors. You can see that we are producing so much that we have kind of a backfill right now. I'm actually just going to tell us to build 2 more containers worth, because why not? And while that's going... Oh, what's the other thing we need for purple? The other thing we need for purple is the that like fiber optic cable thing. I forget what it's called. It's not fiber optic cable. It's particle broadband. I don't know. It looks like fiber cable to me. What did they call it in Star Trek? Like the fiber bundles or something like that? All right, so particle broadband. In order to make that, we're going to need some of these carbon nanotubes. There's a recipe that we can use to make a better set of it, but for right now, this is the only one that we're going to have access to. I don't believe that we are currently manufacturing that, but I'm going to take a quick look around to see if I can find. Actually, you know, why am I doing it that way? Just take a quick look around, and to my knowledge, we are not producing any of that. Yeah, we're not. Oh, wait, over here? Nope. Nope. And nope. Nope. Okay, so that's a good starting point. So for this, we're going to need some of that graphene, which we've been producing a bunch of. And I actually did improve some of that production, which is over... It's not here. Where is it? Okay, yeah, so it's here. So the graphene. You can see we've been putting in, chests, and these chests are actually full, and I've been dropping it into a planetary logistics, so we have a nice little buffer of those. Okay, great. And in order to produce these, we're also going to need some titanium. So let's come over here, and let's see, how do I want to do this? Because we already have this here, there's no reason to create an additional kind of setup, but what I am going to do is bring this over here. I know this looks a little weird, but trust me on this. The reason I'm having this kind of come in here and right back out is because this acts as a storage of 5,000, plus it makes these available to our logistics network. Now, of course, the logistics network becomes the priority, and in the event that we start running into issues with that production, we'll just kind of switch things back over. But I'm hoping by the point that we have those production issues, we're going to be switching over to the version that, requires only the alternate, which is these spiniform stalagmite crystals. That's like such a, I hate that name. They're going to be out there. We're going to find them eventually, and we're going to bring them in, and they're a lot easier to mine up. Fire ice will be nice. Get a lot of fire ice. We'll be able to get a lot of this graphene pretty easy. Sorry, itchy nose again. Still having issues with this foundation. One of these days I'll get it fixed. Anyway, so yeah, so let's get this kind of on the road. And so I did that as kind of a pass through. And oh yeah, that's right. We're producing this. We're gonna need some titanium, so we're gonna tell this, hey, request some titanium, demand that. And since we already have our planetary logistics right here, kind of feeding that in, these will kind of go back and forth, drop it off, do whatever they need to do. Do the exact same thing here. Say, come about here. And I want these to actually match up. I know it's not that big of a deal, who really cares, but I just prefer to have these kind of matched up. There we go. It just looks a lot nicer when those are kind of symmetrical. Let's bring this down this way. And let's bring you down this way. I think that should be enough room for this. Guess we'll find out. I know, why did I do a copy and paste on this if I'm just going to change the recipe? I have no idea, just because I did. Oh, it looks like we still have to unlock that. I thought I hadn't unlocked that. Oh, because it's in the chemical thing, not this. See? That's what I get for doing a copy and paste on something I shouldn't have done a copy and paste on. Oh well, whatever. What is that little circle there? It's so weird. What is that?
Now you say weird, right?
Weird.
There it is.
Yeah. I've been messing with Brittany all week, just saying weird and cool whip. She keeps telling me, she's like, why are you putting so much emphasis on the H? No, actually, not really. She's just like, how do you say that like that? I'm like, I don't know, whip. Cool whip. She's like, I can't say that. I'm like, just cool whip. I don't know. We just kind of give each other shit because we can. Alright, so just kind of connecting this up. Here kind of comes the output of these. And need to scale this out to a good number of these. And I will give it, I guess, a couple more of these. We'll do right to about... That'll be good, because we do need a lot of this crap, so it's alright. And then we'll also have that feed back into the logistics network. Now, while my bots are coming through and doing the work on this, I'm going to run the remaining items in here. I don't know how often I have to do these, but I'm doing kind of every other to make sure they have enough adequate power. And luckily for these are only 2 items, so it's kind of easy to connect. There we go with that. And I am getting a little bit full on this conveyor belt, so I definitely will need to build a storage or another logistics network very soon, or else I'm going to start running into storage problems, because I think these can only hold like 20 on them at a time or something like that. So we don't want that belt to backfill too much, or else it's just wasting power and not doing anything. Let's see, I do not have another interplanetary logistics. What do I need to produce one? Or not interplanetary, we just need a regular logistics. But, let's see, I gotta fly over here for that. I really need to start producing these automatically, just not yet. I'm getting there. At least I'm producing, this crap. The particle combiners. At least I'm automating producing those right now, so that's a huge help. Just tell it to go through, create a few of those. As we kind of fly back this way, we'll grab some of the other items that we need out of these chests. And we can produce a couple more of those while we're working on that thing. Let's see here, tell it to produce 1 more of those, and then we're also going to need 2 of those. Okay, that's full, good. Now let's drop a planetary logistics as soon as it's done. I just saw, oh, there it is. And this will be our end results here. So we're going to take all of these little things that we're building and kind of drop it in there. Why is that not? Let's try that. That's kind of lame. Angle too wide. What? That doesn't make any sense. We'll just back that up a little bit. There we go. And tell it we're going to supply those. And we'll just give it one of these drones. Like, we do have to start producing those drones automatically. Just haven't gotten there quite yet. That's something I need to put on my to-do list for the for what I do after the stream. All right, there we go. All right, so those are being produced. Awesome. What else do we need for purple? Oh wait, we're working on this thing. So we need to create some of these crystal silicon. I don't know, are we producing those right now? I feel like we should be. If not, I will fly to my that other planet, and we're gonna kind of set up shop producing those there, and we'll just import them. Rather than producing those on this planet, there's really no reason to. Alright, so let's see some of the things we need to bring with us. Let's go ahead and stock up on... Let's see, do we have any assemblers? Well, first off, we need to grab some more of these electric turbine things, because we could use those to produce some Mark III plates and such. Got plenty of those. And now let's grab some of these sorters. Actually, looks like we're good on sorters for now. Not seeing... Oh, that's what I need to get. I knew there was something I needed to get, and that is more fuel. As you can see, we are, we're churning through fuel at a pretty good rate. That's what happens when you use a lot of, extra speed when you don't really need to. But the reality is, unless you want to spend all day just like waiting for the damn thing, it's probably better just to use the damn thing. And we'll grab one more of those to kind of top it off. Perfect. We're going to take off. I'm looking for that planet. It's always going to be near the sun-ish. Yes, I did say sun-ish. Up there it is. Where the hell is this thing? What the hell? I know it's around here somewhere. Okay, it's got to be more to the right. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and speed up, get a little bit of speed. We'll let this thing recharge a little tiny bit as we head that direction. It is nice in my other game. I have warp engines. I have enough of them that I can kind of waste them a little bit. And you know what? Honestly, I would have used a warp engine just to get from my planet over this side. Hey, PJ, how are you doing tonight? Have you seen my new mic? What do you think? What is the what are your thoughts on the audio quality versus the old one? But since it is a weekend, PJ's probably he's probably half in the bag. So I not remember what the old one sounded like. I'm just giving him crap. But yeah, PJ, let me know how this new one's doing. I'm kind of curious what your thoughts are on it. Except for when I, turn my head and you can't actually hear what I'm saying. As a reminder, please like, subscribe, share it around. I need another 30-something subscribers, and then I can get my custom name, which I'm really pushing hard to get, and I'm hoping that I can get that soon. I know I haven't been advertising my stream as much as I really should, but it's something I need to start doing a little more. Okay, so since we're going to start producing the crystal silicon, we should have another production facility down here. I guess we'll just build it down there. We're going to need to create another planetary logistics. Or interplanetary logistics. Interplanetary logistics. Interplanetary. Yeah, anyway. Alright, so let's put this here. We'll just kind of do like a segmented kind of setup. And let's see here, grab one of these, connect that up. There we go. And from there, we still do need another interplanetary. So let's go ahead and drop the other interplanetary like over here. And the reason for that is that we're going to produce a bunch of these here and then just send them over there to be shipped out, keeping them completely modular from the things that are on the planet. Power is a little bit of an issue, and that's mostly because I suddenly put a huge draw on the power, trying to grab or trying to charge that thing up. So I guess what I'm going to do is come up to the north here, or south, or whatever direction it is. I'm going to add a few more solar panels, since I have them on me right now. Let's see, I'm at 42%, so I mean, just adding a couple solar panels is honestly not going to make a huge difference. Let's see, okay, it's 672, or sorry, it was 47%. Oh wow, we barely even went up, we didn't even go up 1%. Damn. Oh my god, my eyes are so tired tonight. I'm having such issues with that. I went to go have a prescription to get some eyes for working on the computer. Or eyes. I'm going to get eyes to work on my computer. Now I'm going to get glasses.
I want to look like an angel where I have like 16 sets of eyes.
16. Brittany wants 16 sets of eyes. Does that sound good?
Yeah. So I can look like a cursed angel, you know?
PJ says the new mic sounds good and looks good. Boop, 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 ba-doop, boop. I don't know. I just had the Mario Brothers like theme song stuck in my head like forever. Okay, so yeah, see we brought it up 10%. This thing is just gonna have to charge up for a little bit. That's okay. You know, whatever. Actually, I'm gonna grab out just yeah, that's fine. We can have all those in there. But yeah, it's gonna take a little while for this thing to charge up. So while that charges, let's go ahead and drop a few more of these, and we'll just start feeding those end results into that interstellar logistics, and then we'll head back to the planet and set up a request for it, so at least we can start grabbing some of these materials from this location and bringing them back down. Let's see, I gotta remember where the heck this thing is. Okay, so that's gotta come over this way, and this has to go like this. And what are we producing here? Oh yeah, it's these things. So now from here, whoopsies, there we go. I'll have this one kind of coming in this way. This way they're kind of like feeding into each other that way. And then I can set up a bunch of these to just, you know, kind of read in and produce those. Now since those were kind of running in the background, it'll take a little while for them to kind of even themselves out. That's okay. That's why a lot of times you'll see me like start doing a setup and I just get a couple things in there just to start at least producing something right away while I take my time to improve some of the other, you know, kind of setups and stuff. I mean, I guess you could say it's being a little bit lazy because, I don't know. I guess I could feel a little bit lazy doing it that way. But anyway. Be nice if my nose would stop itching. Alright, so you can see we have 61 there. I guess we should, see, what are we stuck on? Oh, we're waiting for more of that. Huh. Oh, I guess I didn't connect it. That's weird. I don't know what I did there. Huh, okay. That was a weird one. I was watching an episode of Venture Brothers last night. Oh my god, it's such a great one. Okay. There we go. Now we're producing some of that. We're producing it a lot faster than we were before. which is great. This one's not really producing at all right now. Oh, it's because we got this thing dropping there. So I guess in order to fix that, I'll have to get rid of this, get rid of that. There we go. Alright, so now that should start producing a pretty good amount of those. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Alright, I guess we'll probably build one or two more of these just because they're pretty easy to put together and they do help you a lot in the long run. Basically, just whatever you think you have enough, you build more. As soon as you think you have enough, you build more. Always. And that's just a repeating kind of thing. Oh, I have plenty. I don't need to build more. Yes, you need to build more. You must construct additional pylons. Not a big fan of these nomads. You see me kind of, looks like I'm nodding off a little bit. It's just they make me really tired, I'm not gonna lie. So like I'm pretty exhausted right now. Like I'm actually really tired. I'm like having trouble kind of staying awake. But that's alright. Wow, we've been going for 15 minutes already? Wow, geez. Well, I guess I really do need to take my stream to 8:30 tonight, but yeah, I will only be going to 8:30 Pacific time tonight because I do have a really big project that I need to finish up. And I'm kind of under the gun for finishing it, so, I kind of got to do it. Alright, so it looks like we're just not producing enough of these materials. We need to produce far more amount of it. But as long as we're producing some of it right now, that's all that really matters. Alright, so let's head back to... Wait, do we have this going through here now? Remote supply, good. Okay, so let's head back to the other planet, and we can start requesting those, so we can build that other thing in. I would like to try to get some of my purple science going before I call it a night. If I can't, I can't. Like, simple as that. Whoa, gravity pulling me in. Ah! There we go. Seems like about 1,000 meters out, that's when it lets you... Oh, we got up to speed pretty quick. But that's when it allows you to hit your warp engines, by the way. You can hit your speed engines at pretty much any point, but your warp engines are only at like 1,000, or maybe it's 1 AE. I don't remember exactly what it is. Alright, so let's head down here, crash land into the planet. Splat. It let me jump in the water. Okay, whatever. So, okay. So we have that, and that, and then we also have the plastics. So let's go ahead and request all those items over here. Oh wait, in order to... Wait, we gotta produce those first. Okay. Crap, that one's full. Crap, what was I producing here? Oh, it was these, that's right, duh. Like I said, I'm pretty tired right now. Brittany, I might need to take a nap after this. Not really, because I won't sleep tonight if I do. I think she might be in the other room. Usually she could hear me if I'm saying things, but I think she might be in the other room. She's dealing with some, she's dealing with some things tonight. Things and stuff and what have you. Alright, so let's see here. We're going to produce... these, but in order to do that, we need to get some plastic. And let's lower that down to about 2K. So we need to get plastic. We have those, and those. Yeah. I think I might need to grab some more coffee here. Hey, Brittany. Brittany. I'm sorry, hold on one quick second there. I'm just going to AFK for 1 second while I chat with Brittany. Hold on 1 second. Oopsies. Wow, I keep hitting the wrong buttons today. Like I hit the offline instead of my AFK. Like, I don't know why I did that. Anyway, alright, well, I'm back. Sorry, I was just asking Brittany to make me some coffee because I am really tired. I'm not going to lie. So, yeah. Alright, so what were we working on? We were working on... Sorry, that was the coffee grinder. You probably heard that in the background, thinking to yourself, Jesus, what was that?
It's also Brittany being extra loud because she's a clumsy bitch.
Yes, there's that as well. Okay. So, coming back over here, we're going to be working on this so that we need plastic, we need
Tell PJ hi for me.
crystal silicone, and then we need we need plastic crystal silicone, and then we also need some of these carbon nanotube. You could say it when you come back. Brittany has a special message for somebody out there. Don't worry, it's not that special of a message.
Well, I'm not wearing underwear, so.
Oh, well. Okay. Since she said she's not she's like effectively naked right now, so she doesn't want to be on camera. I can't imagine why. I don't think Twitch would appreciate it. I mean, I'm totally fine with it, but I don't think Twitch would totally like it. But anyway, so she wanted to say hi, PJ. So PJ, she says hi, and she wants to know how you are doing. All right, so we're gonna tell us to demand some of that. We have to also get some of our interplanetary, bringing that down. But all of our interplanetary right now are completely busy, so we're gonna have to build another one of these interplanetaries. So I guess we'll just build that one over here. And this one will operate as a hub, meaning that... oh wait, do we have an... Oh, okay. Yeah, so basically this one will operate as another hub, just bringing down some common materials that we need. And I'm actually going to place it over here near our mall. This way we can have it bring down some of these items that, things that we're going to need for production. And we can use it to just kind of act as a buffer between, it'll be remote demand. So we're going to go in here and we're going to say that we want these crystal silicon. We're going to say remote demand and local supply. So what that means is that, it will go out to the remote station, it'll bring it down, and then any of the things nearby that need it, it will just pull it out and, it'll transport it over there. We don't have a lot of these materials on us to kind of build a lot of these drones. That is something that I do need to automate the production of. Can't do that quite now, but at least we can drop this in place. Do need to build some of these interstellar logistics, or logistics vessels, or whatever you call them, but it looks like we need a lot of processors for that. So I'm going to go over and grab some of the processors out of our bin here, and we'll just produce up a nice stack of them. Thank you very much, Brittany.
You're welcome.
Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
And okay, so that should be good. Produce 3 of those. That'll allow it to kind of go back and forth and pick up a bunch. PJ says that he's working on getting drunk, which is very shocking for PJ. I know.
You remember earlier whenever you said maybe he's already halfway in the bag? I was back here whispering, oh, he's probably already drunk.
Yeah, it's funny. when I was joking about PJ already being half in the bag, she was laughing because she was thinking the same thing. Yeah, so PJ, she hasn't even met you, but she already knows you. Like, you know, you're just that infamous. By the way, I think we need to update ispjdrunk.com, which, by the way, is an actual real website. You can go to ispjdrunk.com. There's an algorithm there that gives a fuzzy kind of a suggestion to how drunk PJ is. Oh, unrelated. No, never mind. I'm gonna do that later. I was thinking that I do want to get our deterrent. Actually, no. We should get our orbital collector up and going. Let's go ahead and we'll produce one of those. Oh, actually, we need a lot more crap in order to produce that. Never mind. I was thinking for a second. I was like, well, I know it's scary for me thinking, but I've been thinking, well, maybe we should drop an interplanetary, or interstellar logistics or orbital collector in place to start grabbing some of that deuterium because it takes a while for it to mine. But we have to produce a lot of crap for that, and I think that might be a little bit of a challenge because we have to produce 20 of these accumulators, and we got to produce a lot of these super magnetic rings. Like, there's a lot of things that we have to produce, and to be honest with you, we can't do that right now. But I will tell this thing to grab magnets. Sorry, my nose is really itching like crazy tonight. I'm going to tell it to pick up some of these magnets. I don't know if we actually put it into an oh, wait, we didn't put that into an interstellar just yet. So let's, yeah, let's finish off a little bit of this, getting this going, and then we'll fly over the other planet and do that. And I said I was going to put that here. Cool, now that's coming out. Excellent. And we also need this to grab some plastic. Till it's a manned. Oh, we're not putting plastic in there locally just yet, so we'll have to go ahead and put that in place. To build another one of these, and we're going to have to build a bunch of more of these logistics drones. I really, really, really wish my nose didn't itch so much. I swear. I gotta figure out what's up with my foundation. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Oh well. What are you gonna do? Alright. Let's see here. Flying around, figuring out what I need. My brain is like an amusement park tonight. I was looking for... I thought I started to produce the engines for my drones, but maybe I didn't. Yeah, I gotta clean up a little bit of this mall and stuff. I gotta really improve that. Oh, wait, yeah, I am producing the engines. Oh, wait, these are the... Wait, thrusters? Let's see. Yeah, thrusters. Yeah, see, I do have some of these. But we do have to produce... let's see here. Yep, produce a bunch of those. And reinforced thrusters. I guess we just tell it to produce a couple of those so we can produce some of those vessels. But let's bring this over here so we can grab some of this plastic. Oh, wait. What do you have this one right here? Are we dropping plastic in place? Yes, we are. Alright, so we can just steal a little bit of this plastic here. Even though we're using a lot of that plastic for this organic crystal, we're going to need to grab some of that for our local production. Yeah, we really need to improve this. This is running too slow. Alright, we got to fix our plastic production. This is really bad. What is it missing? Oh, oil? Really? I thought I had fixed that before. Well, producing another logistics. Yeah, I swear, I thought I had fixed this. I guess I didn't. But yeah, we're going to have to build another plastic, because this is just a little bit too slow right now. But I guess what I can do is... We'll go in here. We'll demand some of that, which will be our lightweight oil. Wow, I guess we just don't have enough of it in there. I thought we were producing a lot more of that. All right, so it's very clear that I need to spend a little bit of time working on some of these base items. I guess I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself and I'm not producing enough of what we really need at this phase. So, well, that's perfect. I'm glad I had that splitter here so I can set up priorities and such. But yeah, it's very clear that, I had worked on that. I did add a little bit to it, but I guess I just didn't add quite enough. But yeah, we really have to improve our oil production. Like, we've got to triple our oil production. Maybe even quadruple our oil production because it's just not enough right now. What I'm doing right now is I'm actually flying over it. Yep, here's our new oil production, you can see. And I want to see why it's running so slow. Oh, I see, because it got filled up on the hydrogen again. I should have known that. But because power will eventually start to become a problem again, I'm just going to start burning off some of this hydrogen. Is it a bit of a waste? Yeah, you could definitely say it's a little bit of a waste. I mean, we could start also producing some of these. Wait, can we build them yet? Oh, we can't build them yet because there is. Let's see here. There is a hydrogen, like fuel rod that we can create, but I guess I didn't research those yet, which I'm kind of surprised by. I'm just looking. Wait, we do have hydrogen fuel rods. That requires titanium and that. So I guess let's go ahead and produce some of those because we're going to need them anyway. And they are actually a lot better for your mech. Let's see, let's drop that there. Plus we can use that to just, we're going to have to tell this to request some titanium because we're going to need that. We're not going to request a whole ton, but just enough to produce this. To get rid of that again, even though we just dropped it there. Okay, there's that. Let's drop our, let's put a little foundation here, only because it just kind of bugs me that that was so low. There we go. Not really required, but whatever. There we go. And we're going to tell it to produce some... Up here we go. Hydrogen fuel rods. Perfect. Because if we're going to burn some of this off for some, for extra fuel, we might as well just actually use those materials for ourselves. Because as you can see, compared to the energetic... let's see here. Let's grab a little bit out of this here. And we'll compare them. So the hydrogen fuel rods they stack up to 20. So it's less than the energetic graphite, which stacks up to 100, which is really nice. So I will still carry a lot of those. But you can see that it's 40 megajoules versus 6.3 megajoules. And then you can see it's 60%, 60% fuel gen or fuel chamber regen versus 200%. So the hydrogen fuel rods are significantly better. But now let's go ahead and create a storage container and we'll just kind of drop these in there. And then any more hydrogen beyond that will just get burnt off for right now. But because we have a gas planet so close to us, it's not that big of a deal if we burn it off because honestly we're going to end up with so much hydrogen that it kind of becomes a bit of a pain in the ass to get rid of it. I'm actually struggling with that a little bit in my other game. I have so much hydrogen, I don't know what to do with it. I'm literally just burning it for funsies. Because there's just that much of it. But that's because I have a bunch of remote planets and such that I have. Oh, wow, I guess I don't have enough foundations on me. But yeah, I'm importing from like three different gas giants in my other game. So yeah, as you can imagine... I have a lot of extra hydrogen, so I just have to get rid of that crap. Alright, but this will be enough for me for right now. This will produce a lot of it, and then anything additional we're just going to burn off. Which will work out good as soon as we need to... yeah, so actually we'll run this out a little bit further, and then that is where our thermal power stations are going to go. And, yeah. So right now, I mean, we're doing good. We are at, I mean, we're at, like, what, 65%? Maybe, yeah, like 65% of satisfaction on our power. We're producing plenty of power, but this will allow us to build a little, or run a little bit more. It continues to burn this off. We need that lightweight. We need that refined oil, and in order to get that refined oil, we got to burn off some of this hydrogen. That's just the fact of the matter. And this game doesn't have like a thing like Factorio where we can just burn off the excess chemicals. That would be great, but it doesn't have that, unfortunately. Now, I will want to go ahead and drop some of these in storage containers as well. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and drop that here right now. This way, when we, even though we're going to burn some excess off, we can also continue to collect some as well. Who doesn't want to have, multiple storage containers topped on, on top of each other, filled with very safe hydrogen. That's a joke, of course. If you watch Archer, you would probably know the rigid airship episode where it was actually helium, but Archer kept thinking like hydrogen. But all right, there we go. That'll be plenty of capacity there, and that will allow us to just get rid of a lot of that excess hydrogen pretty quickly. At least have somewhere for it to go for right now. Worst comes to worst, I just destroy these, recreate them, and it empties them out. Okay, cool. Let's see here. And we're going to let these things produce for a little while. We'll just grab a couple of those just to have on us. I guess during our next trip, we will probably end up using those. And yeah, I guess we should connect one more of these since we already have the materials on us. There we go. So now we're burning it off. We're putting a little bit more into our into that storage container. Cool. So I think that we should be able to head back to that planet now and start working on getting some of those magnets here as well. Because we did build a... Did we? Oh, we still got to build the interplanetary. Excuse me. We do need to build another one of these interstellar logistics stations. So let's get that produced. And wait, we're going to build two of them because one of them is going to be used for our orbital collector, but I don't think we're going to be able to build our orbital collector because we need a lot of things, including magnets. But yeah, that's okay. Let's let that start building, and let's head back to that planet. We're going to probably end up going back and forth a few times as we get all these things set up. And just trying to do some little escape velocity there. There we go. We're kind of capped out on speed. Can't go any faster. And this is where those hydrogen fuel cells come in handy. Because you can see how much faster they charge. So while we're kind of heading that way, we'll let this burn off, whatever is in that stack. This way, when we land on the planet, we can, just go ahead and do our building and such. Once we get there, we're going to set up our interplanetary logistics for our for the magnets. Please do me a favor while I'm thinking of it. Like, subscribe, follow. I mean, if you are a new subscriber, I really appreciate it. I have had a few people start subscribing. I am going to be, I have this really big project that I'm working on right now for a friend. Once that's done, I'm going to be putting a little bit more effort back into my stream. One of my plans that I'd really like to do is I'd like to put a list of all my subscribers at the end in a video. And that's only going to be updated every, couple of weeks or so. So if you'd like to be if you'd like your name to be included in there, please go ahead, subscribe now, because you will be included in that. And yeah, who doesn't want to have their name at the end of the video? But the only way to get your name on the video is by liking and subscribing now, because once I do that, it'll be a snapshot for a little while, and then I don't know how often I'll update it, but it's going to be a little bit of an incentive for you to Subscribe early. All right, so, oh wait, actually I didn't have to loop that around like that. But there we go. I mean, yeah, this is going to suck up a lot of power on this station right now. And this is another reason why we want to get the orbital collector up and going, because we can have this also grab some of that excess hydrogen. Oh my god, it'd be great if my nose would stop itching. Yeah, there we go. But we can also request some of that extra excess hydrogen from the orbital collector and burn it off here for fuel. But now that that is going, we're going to take some of the solar panels that we had dropped off before, and we're going to go put those in use. Because as you can see right now, we're at 44%. And, I mean, that'll just go until, let's see what time of year we're at. We're going to put them, yeah, I guess I'll put them up top. On the north side. But yeah, I mean, this is something I'll just have to work on after the stream. So it'll be sometime this week. I'll work on that a little bit. But yeah, by putting these solar panels in there now, whoops, put that in the wrong spot. Putting some of these solar panels in now will at least boost some of the production while it's charging up that interplanetary. It's just that first time you drop it, it just takes forever for those to charge up. We don't have a lot of accumulators right now. Actually, I don't think this planet has any accumulators. And without accumulators, there's no way to like charge up a bunch of power and, for things like that, and then, have it discharge, kind of like a battery. I mean, that's essentially what they are. Kind of high capacity batteries. Yeah. Placing these is kind of slow. I mean, I'm trying to maximize my space so I can fit as many of these as I can. Do I really need to do this tedious way? No. But I'm going to anyway because I can. That's why. Oops. And you can see if I am off by one, yes, I will deconstruct it and put it closer. Because it just looks better when they're all closer. Especially when you can see these kind of like moving around with the sun. It's always kind of cool seeing that. Even though technically these don't have to rotate for the sun, but I guess because these solar panels essentially are on gimbals, they have to be facing towards the sun, and it does a twisting motion, so it kind of rotates, on a tilt instead of like, I don't know. If you watch these for a little while, you'll understand what I'm saying. I hate these rocks. Keep getting caught on them. So now that we dropped a bunch of these solar panels, you can see that we're almost back up to 98%, even though we are still charging that thing. I guarantee you we have not finished charging that thing. We're at 100%. Might as well drop down, a little bit more of these panels. And then next time that we need more, we'll drop the rest of them. I just don't feel like spending an hour dropping all these because it's slow and tedious. Let's drop a few more. And then I think we'll be good for now. Let's see. Well, we got 27 more on us. Let's see how quickly I could drop these. There we go. Uh, 17 more. Yeah, I guess we could just do it now. It's not going to take us an hour. It's only going to take us a few minutes, but I was just kind of being lazy, like procrastinating, like, I don't feel like placing that right now. Well, guess what? We're going to do it anyway because I said so. Let's see what time we got. All right, so another 15 minutes for the stream. And, I'm trying to get that purple up and going. I don't think we'll be able to get that finished tonight, but we're making some good progress in some of our interplanetary logistics. And, this is kind of what I did in my other game. I have a lot of things being produced on my lava planet. On my other game, I have motors being produced, I have magnets being produced, there's electric turbines being produced on the planet, and everything is just shipped off. And, it makes things a lot easier. I have steel being produced, copper plate being produced. I have so many things that are being produced on off planets and then imported. That that it reduces the overall size of my main planet as well, and the power consumption there as well. Oh, wow, I went the really slow direction here. Jesus. All right, so let's drop another one of yeah, I guess we'll drop that here. Let that burn off. I think these should now be fully charged up. Let's just take a look. Yeah, that's fully charged now, but we have to tell it that we want to be able to supply magnets. And unfortunately, when it once the ship takes off, it will use a little bit of power to charge the ship. Ship gets charged, it takes off. But we don't have enough material in there because I didn't select it. But as soon as this thing fills up, it will, I mean, it's like 300. I forget exactly how many of these actually can fit. Let's see. Oh, carry capacity 400. So as soon as it hits 400, it should automatically recognize that there's a request on the planet, and then it should just automatically take off. Now, it's going to be a question of whether the requester or the sender. It turns out it was the sender. I guess the priority is on the sender to do that first. And then I just place another one there, and then I guess once it gets to 400, it'll send it again. And then if it doesn't have that one back in time, it will be on the planet side. I guess we'll just call that Earth for now. It'll be up to Earth to make a request and send a logistics vessel to pick this up. Alright, so good thing is we're producing some extra magnets. We have a ton of these, and just to kind of speed this up a little bit, because it'll take a while for these to kind of produce, or empty out I should say, because these have been producing for a while now. I'm just going to go ahead and do that, drop these in place. You can see that on the other end, on the Earth end, I wish you can control click to collect these, kind of like you can do with Factorio, but you can't do that in this game. That's kind of annoying. Oh well. What are you going to do? I mean, obviously we're going to complain about it because, well, that's how I roll. Alright, so grab the rest of these, drop it in place, and then we don't have to worry about those logistics now. We got 2K of these. That's great. Awesome. Now, we'll probably want to start producing some of these magnetic coils as well. Let's see. Do we have copper that we're producing here? We do. Since we're smelting copper over here, and I think that this is set to local supply, which is good. Our iron production is kind of going slow. That definitely will have to be improved, and part of that is because we don't have enough of. I need to build a lot more of these, tier 3 conveyor belts. We just don't have enough of them. I can't even really go through and upgrade the rest of this. It's just not going to be enough. If I can upgrade this going all the way back, then we wouldn't have as much of iron issues. Oh, I see. Part of the problem right now also is that we are not, yeah. Most of it's going towards steel. So what I should do is I should go to here. I should put a splitter. I'd really like to put the splitter here, but unfortunately we have, I don't have enough foundations on me, but let's go ahead and do that. We'll drop a splitter right here. There we go. And I'm just going to use a Mark II going up this way. And that will allow me to say, okay, half of this is going to be for supplying the other, the interstellar logistics, and half of it will be used for producing more steel. So let's see, we need some more of these. And you can see that like half's going one direction, half's going the other direction. And let's see that these are capacity of 50. But as soon as a couple of these are produced, we'll drop them in place. And then this will start taking some of these from here, dropping over there, and then it'll go to the planet from there. Oh, looks like we have a bunch of these already. Okay, cool. So drop that there. Oh, you know what? There is one thing I forgot to do, which is to come over here and tell it to do local demand. So now this will grab from some of the other smelting stations, put it in place so it can actually do a remote supply. So that gives us a lot of flexibility. I do like how they did the logistics here. I mean, I would like a few more flexible options, but I would say for the most part they did pretty damn good with this. I really like the direction they were going with it. Yeah, it'd be nice if we had a lot more of these next speed up belts, but we don't, unfortunately. And that's something I'm going to have to work on after the stream. Not tonight, but sometime this week. There we go. So at least this should now start spitting out a few more of those. But yeah, basically this whole thing's got to get upgraded more. But at least by doing those first two, that should help the output quite a bit. You can see half of them are going in here. That should actually be requesting a lot more of these. I'm kind of surprised that it's going this slow. But part of it is because all these logistics vehicles are just completely filled up. So these are going to pick up. They're going to go run over there, and we don't have the fastest ones right now. But yeah, you can see they kind of drop in here, pick up more, fly back. And they're going to keep doing that until the other one is full. But that other one is not going to be filling anytime soon because the planet keeps requesting it. So you can see, kind of take a look at it. Yeah, every single time we get, a good amount in there, one of those, logistics vessels takes off and heads back to the planet. Yep, here it comes again. All right, good. So we got that. Okay, cool. So if we've improved that, we can head back to the planet. Actually, I do want to see if we can start to produce some of the, what the heck do they call them? Magnetic coils. I'm not going to produce a lot of them, but I just want to kind of get this process going a little bit so we can at least drop some in that container. Let's see, but I will have to tell this to request. I don't want to waste the interstellar logistics as a requester for locals, so let's see if we could just kind of snag some off this belt here. See, I'll set up a splitter here, so at least half of it's going to be used for each thing. And plus, we're really good on copper right now, so we can, excuse me. So yeah, we can totally get away with this because we definitely have plenty right now. Let's bring this back down this way. This way, when we go work on the other things, this can continue to process these, produce a bunch, and drop it into a container when it's done. It's good to get these things just kind of going because trust me, you'll need a lot of this crap later. And when you have a good, couple storage bins worth, that you could just be like, there you go. When you really need it, it's super nice to be able to do that. Looks like I'm out of the Mark II assembly machines. I'll have to go through and produce more of those. I don't think I'm automatically creating those right now. Let's see here. We want to produce some of these. So it's going to be the magnets and the copper plates, or copper ingot, excuse me. And let's see here. So we're going to want to have that do that and that. Give this some power. There we go. And then I'll have this come out this way. And this will end up being the provider for those. So once this builds up a bunch of them, we could set up a remote request for them. We could have these sent out, and the planet can just automatically start picking them up once it's ready. In the meantime, it's going to keep trying to create these until 10,000, but that will take quite a while, to be honest with you, especially with only one and a Mark I right now. But it looks like part of the problem we're having right now is that our copper ingots are not coming down the line, and that's because our drones did not finish building this line. We gotta improve the speed of our drones at some point. They're kind of slow right now. Alright, that's coming down. As that's coming down, let's go ahead and we'll build another one or two of these. One thing I gotta say about this thing is that it is kind of blocking my screen just a tiny bit. So let's try doing that. I know it looks a little bit weird probably with it kind of hanging off to the side like that, but I think that's okay. Um, oh, it looks like I have that lag again with my voice. Ah, damn it. I have to try to fix that. It looks like I'm having that capture problem again with it being a little bit delayed. I thought I had it fixed and suddenly the problem's back again. Yeah, I really got to build that dedicated streaming box, but I don't have the money, or well, I mean, I guess I kind of have the money right now, but I just spent a bunch of money on a washer today, so I had to adult a little bit, unfortunately. But I'm happy. I'm finally buying a brand new washer dryer. Like I've needed one for like the past year. I've like really needed one, and it's double the size of my previous one, and I'm kind of excited. It's kind of weird. I've never thought I'd be excited about buying a washer, but hey. Alright, so those are going, and that will continue to produce those. It's producing them at a pretty decent rate. We don't need them right now, but we will eventually, and when we do, I mean, actually I think the planet could probably use them right now, and maybe we will set up logistics for this so this can start bringing them in, because these are going to be produced at a pretty good rate. You know, these are not the fastest because unfortunately it looks like oh, I gotta build another one of these. We don't have Mark 3s. If we had Mark 3s, this would be, or excuse me, Mark 3s would make this produce a lot faster. But we only have Mark 1s of these. I guess I could produce a few of these. Oh, good, I can. Excellent. So I can do an upgrade of these. That's awesome. That'll make these even faster. There we go. Now that should start producing them at a much faster rate. Look at that. It's climbing up. Great. So now we can head back to the planet. We can probably use those. Actually, let's see. We do need to work on motors, but I think that's something I'm going to do off stream because it's going to take a while to produce those. But let's head back to the planet. We'll at least tell it to start requesting some of those magnetic coils. And we'll see how much more we can get done in the next like 10-15 minutes. And then that'll be it for tonight. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie. I'm having a great stream. But unfortunately, I have to work on my friend's project. It's very important. And I will talk later. I'll discuss it at some point what that project is, but for right now it's kind of a super secret project, and I have 3 weeks to finish it. I know, shh, gotta be quiet. But it's a super secret project that I'm working on. It's due in 3 weeks, so I have to like, you know, really get off my ass and finish it. I thought I had about 6 weeks, and nope, I was wrong. So I have to really go crazy to get that done. Alright, so we're going to tell this one to request the magnetic coils as well. So remote demand. And there it goes. See, now it's starting to go out and grab a couple of those and bring them back. But I think I should get some more interstellar vessels going. I really have to automate creating these interstellar vessels because trust me, we're going to end up using a lot of those. Same thing with the drones. That's got to be automated. But you can see those are being produced off planet. We've kept the clutter on that other planet, and then here it's just, you know, we're just consuming those. We're not consuming them just yet, but we will be consuming those locally. Just waiting for some of these to kind of finish. I'm not sure there's really much more we'll be able to do in this session. Really wish I could have done a little bit longer tonight, but unfortunately that's pretty much all I can do. See, it just went, picked up, you know, it's got 1,600 of those in storage. And the great thing is that other planet will just keep continuing to churn those out. You know, during my off time, I'll start to work on motors. See, there they are, coming in hot. And we can start using those locally. And there's a bunch of places where we do need to use those. I mean, we will need them for these super magnetic rings, which we're going to need the super magnetic rings in order to create these accumulators. And we are already producing the crystal silicone, so we're really close to being able to produce these, which is great. Um, so yeah, I mean that's something I'll be working on during the kind of off stream. And then, once we have a lot of that in place, we will be able to continue working towards our information matrix. Maybe I'll have some of that in place before next streams. Depends on how much extra time I have. If I make really good work on my friend's project, I'll have a little bit more time, but we'll kind of have to see. But let's face it, everybody needs a little bit of break here and there, and especially when you run into code problems, you're like, crap, I don't know what to do to kind of fix this. I do take little factory breaks where I can build something and actually make it work, and then it just kind of relieves a little bit of stress. I know a lot of people look at these style games and they think, oh, well, you're just kind of working. But, yeah, I guess it is kind of working a little bit, but keeps my brain active in a really fun, great way. Okay, so I think that is going to be, I think realistically that's going to be that. Oh, it looks like these are completely out now, so we can kind of tear these down. Yep, those are completely mined out. I had a feeling that was going to happen. These are some of our initial ones. That always happens with these at some point or another, which is totally okay. Maybe eventually somebody will create a mod that will go ahead and auto remove those. I mean, so when modding comes out for this, there's a pretty good chance that I will do some modding for it. It's either this or Satisfactory. I'm not sure which one I'll be doing some modding for. It depends on how much easier the modding community is for each. Factorial modding, I'm just not going to get into because there's so many mods out there right now that I don't really see anything that needs to be. It's just not worth it right now for me. Well, especially right now, I really don't have the time for it, but just grabbing some more foundation because that was something I definitely needed on that other planet. So I want to make sure next time I head back there, I already have it on me. And you can see we're producing foundations at a pretty good rate, and that's because we're going to use a lot of it over time. Anyway, okay, I think that's going to be it for tonight. I'm just go ahead and filling up on some of this stuff just to kind of top myself off just a little bit. But yeah, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, do all the things, that you would do. It really, really helps. If you have any suggestions for the stream or, anything you'd like to see me do, please comment below. But yeah, I will be back on Wednesday, and no word on when we're doing the community stream yet. I'm not sure. I'm working it out right now with Brittany. She's going to be getting her computer up and going. She just recently built a brand new computer, so she's putting that together. Or we're doing kind of the final assembly of that. Once that's up and going, she needs a little bit of time to kind of play Factorio by herself so she can learn it a little bit better for the stream. And then we will start that project. I don't know when it's going to be, but I'll keep you posted. So as of right now, it's coming soon. Maybe in the next week or two, we'll kind of have to see. But it's not that big of a rush. But I will be back on Wednesday for Factorio, and we're going to be playing our Crash Torio 2 game. And I think that we are working on purple science there. Is it purple science? I don't remember. It's too many games at once. I know, right? Okay, it's only 2 games, but whatever. I mean, outside of these 2 games that I'm playing, I am actually working on a lot of other games. So anyway, thank you very much. It was great having you all here. Like, subscribe again. I still have to say that many times because, I just gotta say it. Simple as that. And thank you very much. And I hope that everybody has an absolutely incredible weekend. And I hope you have a great week. And I'll see you on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Wednesday for some Factorio. And then after that, Saturday, the following Saturday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And until I see you then, bye, my unicorns. Bye.